Welcome to Shop Floor Training. Today we are going to go over information related to entering data into your system. Data can be entered into your system either manually or through integration. For more information about integration, contact our help desk. All data entered into the system is done so mainly through the Manage menu item. Today we're going to look at several things, including schedules, this is where you would schedule events in your system, such as putting groups of operators on break, running your end-of-day process, or controlling timed off standards. To set a new time, you just simply double-click, you select what the action is. So signing out would sign people out from a tablet. Clearing a tablet means that you're going to clear out any bundles that are currently open. Break means you're putting operators on a break. Off standard will put operators into a specific off standard. And reset production is your end of day. Some of these items, like signing out, clearing a tablet, break, and off standard, can also be associated with a team or a department. And if it's an off standard related item, you can also select which off standard. Also, when it comes to setting up a break, here's where you have your start time, and you can fine tune that if you need to. And then the stop time. And your repeat, whether it's a daily, weekly, monthly, or yearly. If I go ahead and set up this break to run daily on Monday through Friday from 10:05 a.m. till 10:20 a.m., it means that operators who are not back at their tablet and clocked back in by 10:20 will automatically be brought back in from their break. To change something, you just double click on the item you want to change and you edit the occurrence or you edit the series. To delete, you just simply tap on the X and you can delete the current or delete the series. Under Manage, we're going to go over locations and departments. Generally, you would start with departments first. We will start by adding a new record. In this case, 1 for department 1, and we'll call that the sewing department. We'll add a second record, 2, and this will be the hemming department. You can also use departments to specify different locations or even alternate plants. This is totally up to you, how you want to organize your production. Essentially, your tablets will belong to a department, and this is how you can determine how to see data in different screens. Now we'll go to locations and add a few locations. Here, this is where you would add station numbers. We advise that you use station numbers in a logical format. So don't just call a station number 101, for example, mainly because there's not much meaning to that to your operators or to your supervisors. So for example, if I add 101 and we call that sewing station 1, and this is part of sewing, we are going to allow users. We're going to allow many users, meaning we can have a team running on the station. We're going to allow production, and we're going to share production, meaning that anybody who's clocked in, the production numbers will be shared between everybody who is clocked in and working at that time. QC would represent a quality station. And for scan requires you to scan as opposed to manually entering a work order. Once you're done, you can hit save. In this case, like I said, we would prefer that you use more logical ID numbers. So I'm going to go ahead and add another station. But instead of calling it 102, I'm going to call it sew 2. This is the second sewing station. Save changes, and let's have another sewing station. I'll call it sewing 3. Another example of how you can add stations is, let's say you want to add them by plant. So each plant would maybe have their machines labeled as serial numbers. So serial number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is a double needle sewing station, and that's located at plant 1. Serial number 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 is a single needle, and it's also at plant 1. What we advise you to do is to think this through and determine what is the best naming and numbering scheme for your needs. You can discuss this internally, and you can pass some ideas by us in order to come up with the best possible method. And just a reminder, the ID is what you would actually see on the tablet. The name is a way that you can associate a name with the actual ID. The department is the location where the tablet belongs. Users determine whether you allow people to clock in and out of the tablet. Many users is how you would set it up if you want to have multiple users clocking into one location. Production would allow you to scan and register production, and sharing production would allow you to share production between multiple people who are clocked into the same tablet. Quality is for quality control, and force scan requires whoever is working at this tablet to scan a ticket. In other words, they can't just manually enter a work order or a bundle.